Hey folks, welcome to Downstairs Den&D, where we play D&D in the den downstairs. It's not a basement. Here you'll find a mixed experience group, players bumbling their way through Waterdeep Dragon Heist with a DM whose wishes he was better than he was. My name's Billy and I'll be your dungeon master today. And these will be my players.
Hi, my name's Meech. I play Tennyson Ward.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm playing a Moon Elf Circle of the Land Druid named Elisar.
Hi, I'm Veronica. I'm playing a tiefling bard named Demea.
I am Edison. I am playing a tiefling sorcerer named Baracket.
All right, this is episode 5? 6?
6.
Episode 6. I may have the numbers off on YouTube. That or I'm just way behind on uploading. So this is episode 6 of our campaign. Previously, the group met in the famed Yawning Portal Tavern of the City of Splendors, Waterdeep. They were introduced to each other and the famous author Volo Godard, who hired them to locate his missing friend and wingman Floon Blagmar. The group investigated and found Floon under the torturous hands of a half-orc mage of the Xanathar Guild under the watch of a mind flayer. The group managed to escape with Floon and reconvened with Volo at the Yawning Portal. They were also met with Renair Neverember, who they happened to rescue from a Zentarum hideout earlier in the evening. Volo, being short on cash, made true to his debt and commitment of payment to the players for their mission by turning over the deed to Troll Skull Manor, a 4-story estate in the elegant North Ward of Waterdeep. The players have spent the current day exploring their new home and neighborhood. They have been introduced to a halfling woman named Cordonia Inkfingers, who claimed to have been Renair's scribe, sent a day ahead of your planned meeting with him to get an idea of the property. After that, the 3 of our group members met the neighbors, and one of our group members went off to the castle ward to the embassy of Cormir, while yet another one of our characters had to go off and do some work for their ship's captain. We join our party today as they are reconvening in their new neighborhood of Troll Skull Alley and looking around at all of the different business signs they're in. So Tennyson, Elisar, Barakas, and our missing character today, Ciendithus, all meet back in Troll Skull Alley at about 7, 8 o'clock, late evening. The sun is starting to, well, the sun is probably set, being winter and all.
So how was you guys' evening?
I took 2 minutes to go check out the bookstore. Seems like they have a pretty good selection. Must be some kind of actual protest going on about the paper they were using for their spell scrolls. And the proprietor of that store offered us a discount. We could give me a discount if I could get rid of him. So, I mean, I don't know if that might be useful in research at some point, so that could be handy.
Was it a big protest, like a bunch of people, or?
No, it was just one guy. I guess he said he wasn't always there, so it should be someone we should be able to deal with. But it was just one elf. I mean, I also haven't heard his side of the story too, so I don't know. Maybe he's right. This is a big issue that we should look into, but I guess that's a little less beneficial for us if that's what it turns out to be.
Oops. I'm just firebolting, sorry.
Oh, fun.
Just into the air.
Brackus, what did you find?
Oh, I met the neighborhood carpenter. He seemed pretty cool. He offered to assist us in our renovations, and says that everyone's like stoked to have a good bar. So,
is there another bar
bad bar
around here?
The consensus is that they don't like Froon's brews.
Ciendithis speaks up and says that he got a similar report on Froon's Brews from the proprietors of Steam and Steel, the local blacksmith.
Okay. Did you get everything you needed to get done at the embassy, Tennyson?
Yeah. Just quick meeting. No big deal.
Good.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you all would want to do this evening?
It's getting a little late and it's long back.
Looks like most of the places have closed up for the evening.
I would mention that tell everyone that I found out with that I building, it's actually a private investigator's location. I don't know if there's anything we need that for right now, but just come in handy. I didn't see a sign for it before, so.
Huh. Might have to introduce myself sometime.
I was going to say, Ciendithis also makes mention to you, Baracus, when you were talking about how nice the carpenter seemed of the interaction he had with the folks over at Steam and Steel in regards to the carpenter.
Oh, I didn't get that impression from him at all. That's...
Well, they did, and he mentions that they said that they would be more than happy to, assist with the renovations and all that, but they know that would require, if you guys were going to work with the carpenter as well, having to work with the carpenter and feel that whatever axe that needs buried there would need to be buried before they could work together. And then they asked Ciendithis for his help in that.
It's interesting because he had nothing but nice things to say about them, so maybe he was just being polite. Oh, Veronica, if you didn't get that, the blacksmiths are a gay couple, and the carpenter is kind of shifty about it.
I don't think he actually said that was why he was shifty. I think it was because it could have been because they're two different kinds of genasi. So
Steam and Steel.
Yeah. Hold up. The blacksmiths are genasi.
Yes.
Yeah. Fire and water, I believe.
Where are they from?
I don't know if
Ciendithis didn't ask, but he says that he does. He had actually met. He has heard a bit about them, just being from that same trade. And he tells you that Imbric, the fire genasi, does claim descent from the Afreet of Kalimsham.
Ah. Okay.
And he has heard that Avi worships Eldath.
Say it isn't so.
Who is Eldath?
A god of peace. That's all Ciendithis knows. You can roll a knowledge religion if you would like to know more.
I'm going to go with I don't know anything about religion.
Okay.
Girl, same. Do the genasi? I don't know much about the genasi. Do the different elements not get along with each other?
I was just spitballing.
Take it away, Beach. Or actually, why doesn't Baracus go ahead and roll a knowledge history check?
Big ol' +0. 15's not bad.
What does he know with the 15, Meech? Because you know more about Genasi than I do.
I mean, in general, Genasi are super rare, so it would just be kind of a interesting happenstance that there are now 3 of them on one street.
Well, I was just curious as far as like the theory that they I don't.
If we get one of each element together and we touch hands, we turn into
Captain Planet. Yeah, is I
Coral.
You imagine it's not a heart Genasi.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. They're just really nice.
Aren't humans just heart Genasi?
Yeah, sure.
They wish.
You can make them heart Genasi. It's your campaign.
We were all heart Genasi all along.
I feel like ASMR are probably heart Genasi.
There you go.
I think that the real heart Genasi were the friends we made along the way.
Jesus Christ.
Brock has just kind of like asked me, are you just asking me if the Genasi types get along?
Yeah.
Do you and Demea get along?
Yeah. As far as I know.
I assume it's kind of the same between us, right?
Yeah, well, I just didn't know if because I know like certain races don't get along. I didn't know if there was some animosity between them.
For what it's worth, and since I have an incredibly low charisma score, the fact that they are there does seem to visibly disturb me. Like, it's akin to you telling me that there's a vampire down the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to play it off, and it's probably not working.
See, Endithus asks what the plan is.
It's a long way back to Undercliff for me, so I should probably head to bed. I can't exactly sleep here right now.
Are there any general stores still open? I'm running a little low on lantern oil.
Yeah. If you poked around, you probably couldn't find like a general store open. But I mean, a tavern would sell that, just probably at a markup, because they know they're the only place open this time of night.
Well, I need to get a couple pints of lantern oil.
Okay. What's the cost of a pint of oil?
I don't know.
About 5 pounds. Wait, what? Why would you not just Google it, Chris? See him vigorously flipping through his.
Because I like using the book.
I bought this book. I'm going to use it.
Bought it online.
It's also like it feels tangible. A flask of oil is 1 silver piece.
There you go.
A tavern sells it for 15 copper.
All right. So I buy 4 flasks.
There you go.
The currency.
So 6 silver.
Oh, okay. Was it the metric system by 10 or?
Yeah.
Okay.
10 copper is a silver, 10 silver is a gold. Electrum is the weird one. Like 5 electrum is a gold.
I think it's 5 silvers as an electrum, so it's 2 electrums as a gold.
Hey,
That's not complicated for no reason.
We could be on the British conversion system. That'd be the fucking worst.
Harry Potter conversions.
I was gonna say, it could be Canute, 17 Canute to sickle or whatever.
Is it? Wait. Is it really Canute?
I've always pronounced it nut, but
Yeah.
I've always pronounced it nut.
I've been listening to the audiobooks and they say Canute, so
Oh, that's
What the hell?
yeah.
Okay.
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 So I'm not an expert on that.
is that the Stephen Fry reading?
No, I got like whatever Nick downloaded for me on Plex. It's not Stephen Fry. I don't know who it is, but that's how he pronounces it.
So, Tennyson, you're going off to a tavern to get some oil, and then
I'm crashing up in the. I'm gonna hang my hammock up in the top turret, and that's where I'm sleeping for the night.
okay, Elisar,
Oh,
you're heading back home
heading home,
to
yeah.
Undercliff for the evening. Baracus.
I will probably head back home since it doesn't take me long.
Okay, Sandithus heads home too.
The Harry Potter wiki says Knut. CA-nut.
Nut. Oh,
God.
maybe it's
So,
Mess me up for life. Everything's changed now.
the next scene we see is we open on a small fire pit. Just embers left, glowing in the darkness. We pan out to see a couple small figures sleeping next to it. What you might have expected to see as a dirt floor quickly is obviously stone. As we pan out further, this fireplace scene seems to be inside of a dungeon room. As the camera pans around, we see suddenly from one of the figures a ring of keys levitate into the air and start making its way across the room to a door in the northern wall. Once there, they drop into a set of long nailed fingers sticking out of the darkness that clutch them and jam them into the keyhole. Turning them delicately and swinging open the cage door, the figure steps out as we see Demea making her way quietly past the two goblins asleep at this fire. Demea, you know this room.
I do.
There are 3 cells along the eastern wall. There is a door leading north out of this room that you do not know where it leads, and there is a door leading west out of this room that you know leads to a room with the portal column and a secret door leading to the sewers on the far side. What do you do?
I will make my way to the sewers.
You open the double door on the western end of the room quietly as to not wake your captors. You breathe a silent sigh of relief to see the column room empty as you make your way across it and slide open the panel leading to the sewers. You start making your way. Give me a survival check.
Oh, I'm at advantage for some reason.
No, you're fine. I'll just take the first number. That's 15. You are able to... You don't know your way, but you're able to make sure you at least don't circle back and go where you know the gazer was and other possible marked entries that you have seen since your party's foray into this area of the sewers. You emerge in an alley from a manhole in the northern dock ward. The moon is low in the sky. High in the sky, actually. It appears to be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe. Sun isn't even thinking about coming up yet. Snow scattered about your feet. The wind is brisk, cold. What do you do?
I wipe my brow because it's sweaty and I'm dirty, and I try to go down. I go like a block or so down, and then I like sneak around just a dark alley to kind of like catch my breath and like kind of make sure I'm not being followed, and kind of sit there for a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to go to the troll skull, where that's where I live now. So
Okay.
I'm going to try to make my way there to see if I come across anybody that I know.
Okay. It's across town, across the city, but you are able to make it. You have been there. You remember where it is and whatnot. You arrive. Are you heading into the tavern door or heading upstairs?
I'm going to head upstairs. Is it from the outside?
Okay. You march upstairs. Tennyson, what's your passive perception?
Pretty high. 16?
16?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if this works. What's everybody see?
It looks like the first floor of Troll Skull Manor. And there's that's gone.
It's
A
just a room
bunch
with
of
me in
I
it.
see some tokens and then like an entrance to a door and the shadows are kind of weirdly cut out.
Okay.
I assume that's like
line there. Hold on.
I see nothing.
I just see a room with just me in it.
oh, is this
Oh.
oh you're getting dark vision to work. That's awesome.
Yeah, he has dynamic lighting now.
Oh,
So-
yeah, 'cause I see a bunch of light around me.
Chris, look how much I see.
Oh, nice.
A friend of mine, and sometimes watcher of the show, purchased me a year's subscription of Plus for my birthday.
Aw.
It's awesome.
Oh God. Okay. Just a moment. That's what I'm trying to. That's the layer I need to be on. I need another line. Here. Now you guys should just see the little space you're in.
I see a little space I'm in. I see 4 tokens and some lighting that kind of fades out as further it goes.
Alright, so that's your dark vision. So that's working, so that's cool. Oh, I'm still online. That's what's happening.
Oh god, they're getting closer.
Isn't that
Oh.
Demea?
Ah!
No, that's Ink Fingers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
So, here's what I'm gonna do. So, Demea, you walk in, and this is the room you're in. Tennyson, you are upstairs in the turret room.
Mm-hmm.
It's pure darkness, because that's all you can see. And you hear someone enter the common room 2 floors below you. What do you do?
Is there any moonlight coming through the windows?
let's go ahead and.
Remember what the moon was 3 sessions ago.
Do what?
Do you remember what the moon was 3 sessions ago?
I don't. There's some moon in. So let's do.
Chris does because he's a moon elf.
I did not write down. That's how it works.
Come on, Chris.
There you go.
Oh boy. So I
Now
heard.
all of you should be able to see everything.
Yeah, well, except for whatever's occluded. I heard something downstairs, huh?
Yes.
Well, I will attempt to sneakily and stealthily move downstairs.
You make your way down to the lower turret. Make your way. DeMeo, you enter the common room. What do you do once you get inside?
Once I get inside, so I'm upstairs, right? I'm not like in the.
Correct. You are here upstairs in the common room.
You'll have to move me, Billy, because I can't see the lower turret.
You're in the lower turret.
Right. Oh, I am now?
Yes, I already moved you to the lower turret.
Ah.
Okay.
That's a door.
That's a door.
Did I grab my stuff on the way out?
Yes.
Okay, so I have like everything that I had with me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm actually gonna try to find someone. So I only see the room. So okay. Oh, sorry. A bunch.
Now I can see everything.
Go
Okay. There we go.
upstairs further. Well, I'm gonna like look around and see if there's anyone on this level.
There's a door to your north and a door to your south. You take a look around. Doesn't seem to anybody be on this level, but you do find another set of stairs leading up. Tennyson, as you make your way through this bedroom and into the upper hall, you hear whoever is downstairs moving from room to room, opening and closing doors. Sound seems to be kind of searching the place.
Does it sound like they're coming upstairs?
Not yet.
Well, I'm going to lie in wait stealthily to gank the shit out of them when they come upstairs.
Okay. Then you hide around that corner.
Yeah.
Demea, you move upstairs and continue your search.
Yep, and I'm just kind of frantically, I guess, kind of like looking, so I'm not really paying too much attention to
Yeah. So you
looking around corners and stuff.
hop up the stairs, and Tennyson, you see Demea, or the figure of Demea, through the moonlight.
So I do have sneak attack. Is that what I'm hearing? No,
She does not see you.
Seeing that it's her, I'll quietly put away what I was going to stab her with, and hello.
Oh my gosh, Tennyson! Thank God. You can't even imagine what I've just been through.
Thought you were just going to the ship for the day.
No, I've been under a mind spell basically this whole time since we've gotten rescued.
What?
I'm not laughing. I like sit down because I'm like so jittery and like I still can't believe that I escaped. So I'm like full of adrenaline and stuff. And now that I'm sitting still, it's like I can't sit still. So
I'll light my lantern.
Okay.
So Demea, remember, you can see, but he does light his lantern for some comfort.
So I'll just like sit down because I don't know what else to do. And I'll just explain that, you know, when we were fighting the Mind Flayer and everyone else escaped and I was covering the door, he attacked me and put me under a spell that basically forced me to spy on everybody and report back to him. But I was able to escape my cell, and I didn't know where else to go, so I came here. But I'm kind of afraid we're all in danger because he definitely knows that, like, we all live here, or we live here and we bought this place, or we got it.
Huh. Well, that's disconcerting. So you're all right. You're not injured, like.
I mean, my wrist hurt from being shackled, but I think I'll be okay. I just feel bad because I briefly tried to look for Floon down there, and I didn't see him anything, so I didn't know what else to do, so I just escaped.
Why would Floon be down there?
Oh, right. So remember when I was flirting with him in the tavern after we rescued him?
I assumed you had a decent evening.
Ruse to... Huh?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, that was just a ruse to get him to deliver him back to the Mind Flayer.
Well,
so the Mind Flayer definitely has Floon again.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I feel really bad about it. But at the time, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I was just so compelled to follow the Mind Flayer's orders that it didn't seem like it was wrong. So I just did it. But now, since I was able to escape and he didn't cast a spell again before that, now I feel bad because now I understand what my actions were.
Well, I definitely wouldn't hold you responsible for falling to the mental ability of a Mind Flayer. They are significantly more powerful than anyone I know. So
yeah, I should have just ran like everyone else.
Happy that you're alive. That's that's a good start. We made it that far. So now we need to find a Floon again. I wonder if Vola knows he's missing.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's noticed he's missing again.
Well, the folks at the Yawning Portal saw him leave with you, so anyone looking for him will probably become looking for you first.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what I should do.
Well, get a night's sleep and we'll worry about it in the morning.
I don't know if I can sleep, but yeah. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be here because if they realize I escaped, then this might be the first place they look.
Are there any nearby?
Really?
Would I had noticed any like nearby inns that we could just take off to for the evening?
Yeah, nearby. Let's see. So there are two nearby. Of course, there is Froon's Brews, which does have some rooms, as well as just north of Troll Skull Alley is the Silent Shield. Which tends to be a bit of a no, neither of you would know that. Never mind. You know, there's another inn north of here called the Silent Shield that you've seen.
We could try and get out of the alley, just rent a place for the night, and I'll cover it.
Really? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I would feel terrible staying here and someone comes look for me, the Mind Flayer or someone that's under his control comes look for me and puts this whole place and anyone else in it in danger.
Well, I'll go grab my stuff. then we can head up there.
Okay, thanks. Really, really appreciate it, Tennyson.
No problem. As I leave, I'm going to kind of stretch a handful of strings across different entryways and stairwells to see if anyone walks through and disturbs them.
Okay. That takes you about 10 minutes to do. And the Silent Shield isn't far. It's just... let me show you.
Billy, was she in the room when I told everyone about the secret entrance to the sewers?
Were you, Demea?
She wasn't here for that session.
No, I don't think she would have been.
With the kids,
I think she was still downstairs. I think you guys had that conversation upstairs.
Okay, just checking.
So the Silent Shield is actually just right up here.
Yeah, that's good.
So you all head up that way and get a room for the night. The next thing on the agenda.
How much does that cost me, by the way?
It God damn it. It's the third from the top, quality wise, or third from the best, quality wise.
Oh, shoot.
Whatever that is.
And then I do not sign us in. If they make us sign us in, I do not use our names.
So you are actually able to tell from your background as you walk in. Actually, no, give me a perception or investigation check. Tennyson. Okay, with 22 perception, from the time you walk in, something seems a little off about this place, and it has you on a bit of alert. The longer you kind of observe and look around, you notice some things like extra locks on the windows. You notice a couple different sign-in books behind the counter. It does not appear to you at this point that there's anything like ill-fated or nefarious going on, but it seems like this is an inn that probably caters toward those wanting to not advertise in any way that they were here.
Fair enough.
Or to hide out. So, yeah. That is perfectly fine.
I tell Tennyson that I will pay you back in some way whenever I get the money for the room. Because I really appreciate you covering for it right now.
No problem.
Yeah, like a payback flume.
Also, like, hardcore. While I'm trying to be nice, I'm also, like, keeping an eye on her. Like, she starts, like, getting spellcasty.
Put lipstick on.
All right, so the next thing on everyone's agenda that I'm aware of would be your midday meeting with Renair at Troll Skull tomorrow. Is anyone trying to get anything done specifically that would require a scene tomorrow morning?
I'm trying to get there on the bright to see if any of my strings were disturbed.
Okay, so you're probably just heading there at first light?
Yep.
Tennyson, you do still get a long rest. Demea, you don't, but I don't think you lost any hit points yesterday, but you are probably down a couple spell slots today.
I think just one, right?
I think so, because you weren't actually at the session last week, so I didn't have you cast anything or anything like that.
Okay.
And you didn't get into combat, but you did expend a couple spell slots escaping.
Okay.
Everyone else takes a long rest, though.
everyone else gets a long rest. You all head back home for the evening. Do whatever it is that you do in the AMs.
Probably check in at the shop.
Yeah, LSR, what is your morning routine look like? You've been here for a while.
Yeah, I said, well, I don't really, sleep being an elf, so kind of get home, meditate for however many hours. So I'm up pretty early. Go from Undercliff down to I forgot the name of it. Go to my job at Hilltopple Greeneries and work in the greenhouse there for the morning. I mean, again, it's still the slow season because of winter. I do that for a while before I head to the meeting in midday.
What's LSR's mind like this morning? I mean, we haven't revealed too much about anybody's backstory yet, but just to put you a bit on the spot here, Chris, you're working in a florist, but you haven't really done necessarily druidy things in a while, and you've kind of been thrown back into that to the point that you're kind of maybe even remembering and getting some of your old jive back from when you were a bit more of a practicer. What's on LSR's mind this morning?
Just thinking about how involved I'm getting with a group of people that I had not planned on getting involved with. Kind of as I'm working out through the shop, I'm just like trying to do my job. And I'm just like thinking like this is going a bit differently than I expected when I took that job at the Yawning Portal. But it's a little weird using the kind of some of the druid stuff I did. I'm like a little hesitant. Like I didn't even. I guess I had the ability to do wild shape technically, but I was kind of not really wanting to get back into that.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, the rest of you spend your mornings. Demea, I imagine you probably. Well, it's up to you. If you get up around the same time Tennyson does, you're not going to get a long rest. You could also sleep in. And probably get a long rest in before midday.
And I would make specific effort to not wake her when I was leaving. So.
Yeah. I would probably eventually fall asleep. So if I don't get woken up, then I would probably just keep sleeping.
Did we just lose Billy?
We did.
Yeah, my tab crashed, but I'm still here.
Okay.
And that's why we use Discord for chat.
But what do we use for sounds, Billy? Did you like that segue?
It's not a segue if you call it out. It's a segue.
Sounds and music by Sirenscape. Fun, free little music soundboard program we use here at Downstairs Den&D. Check it out. Sirenscape.com.
What time is the meeting?
Midday.
Midday. Okay, so then I do have time to
Yeah, you can get a long rest in.
Okay,
If you
I'll
want
do
to
that.
sleep in. Okay.
I mean, I'd probably check out Troll Skull, make sure that, see if it had been scoped out during the night, and then probably pick up something to eat and bring it back to the room.
Tennyson's so nice.
And it doesn't appear that any of the stream set were disturbed.
Any other evidence of transversal of the area? Is the ghost still being a dick? Like tip a chair over?
I mean, you guys haven't spent a whole lot of time cleaning yet, so it's hard to tell what's old mess, what's new mess.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that you do notice, where are you checking the whole place out?
I am focusing mainly on the upstairs area, but probably because that's probably where I would have put all the strings. I wouldn't have gone through all the effort of doing the downstairs too.
Gotcha. Did you put the do you go up and check the top of the turret?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get up there, you do notice one thing different. In the corner, there is a little like string marionette puppet dressed in like bright kind of bard clothes that appear to be a little worn, that has like a little like toy lute that has like all of the strings are broken on it except for one.
Ominous.
I didn't know that was there before.
It was not there before.
Specifically, it was not there before.
It was not there before.
That is the most creepy shit.
Actually, I think I would have mentioned that to everyone, because it was one of the things that Inkfingers found in the cellar. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I said I mentioned everything except for demon things.
Right.
So where is it now? It got moved?
It's in the peak of the turret.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pick that up
And catch it on fire.
and I'm gonna carry it back downstairs. I'll set it on a table in the tavern and then go grab some food to.
Oh, I was gonna give it to the girl. I forgot about that. Oh well.
Fucking creep.
Got caught up doing things.
But yeah, just pick up some breakfast, head back. Yada yada yada.
Cool. Where are my dice? Alright. And everyone comes back around midday.
Yeah, I slept in completely and left like 2 minutes later than I should have.
That sounds like you.
Okay. Excellent.
And I would definitely ask Demea over food. Do you want to keep your situation with the Mind Flayer and Floon private, or do you want to tell the others?
I mean, it's not something that I'm proud of that I think joining, but I really feel like everyone should know, just so that they could also be aware to look out for things. Considering now we're all tied to this building that the Mind Flayer definitely was interested in learning about.
Well, I will follow your lead on that.
Okay. I'm gonna need a couple shots first.
It's 11.
Hey. Oh, and toast. Fine.
Shots and toast.
Shit.
I mean, we yeah.
I mean,
Interestingly, Waterdeep is probably one of the few cities where it's probably safe to actually order water somewhere in the city over ale or wine.
it's 12 o'clock in Thay.
She needs champagne for her orange juice.
Yeah.
Or vodka, whatever.
There sure is probably an orange juice in the middle of winter in Waterdeep.
Whatever you drink with breakfast in winter.
Breakfast beer.
Yeah.
Breakfast beer is the bomb.
I am partial to whiskey, but that's fine. Whatever there is.
Oh, like an Irish coffee. Wait, do you put whiskey in coffee?
You can, yes.
Yeah.
I do it fairly often.
I don't like hot liquor.
I would not trust dairy-based alcohol in this world.
That's the truth.
Bailey.
That's an absolute no. Oh, and Billy, do I trust what she said? Do I have any kind of reservations about what she's telling me?
That's up to you.
Would that be an insight check situation?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what your policy is on rolling against other players, so
I don't particularly. For things like insight, go ahead and roll it. Let's see what you get. Let's see what happens.
I
Yeah,
trust
you
her
believe her.
implicitly.
You have zero reason to doubt this stranger. That just told you she's been working for a mind flayer longer than. Wait, hold on. You completely trust this stranger that has just admitted to you that she has been working for a mind flayer for the majority of the time that you have known her.
Oh.
You've only known her for 2 days, and she just told you she's been working for a mind flayer for the last day and a half.
I mean, but that's a heavy truth. You know, she came out, said it straight up. You know, that's tough to do. And I've known her longer than that. We were on a boat trip.
Yeah.
We go way back, like
Going on a little boat ride.
Yeah, like 9 months ago, we knew each other for a week.
I would say they know each other the best out of anyone, right?
Probably.
I mean, we've met a few times.
Yeah. I know everybody.
I've been on DeMayo's boat. It sounds like I'm about
A lot of people have been on to Maya's boat.
Oh.
Ooh. No.
Where do you boat? Are you boat shaming
Oh
her?
my god.
Or cruise shaming? Something.
The implication.
So, I'm assuming Alisar, Baracus, you both show up around midday today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm even later because I circled the building 3 times before I go on.
All right, so you all enter. And Elisar and Baracus, when you arrive, Demea and Tennyson are already here.
Oh, hello.
Baracus, you
hello.
see the doll you found in the basement sitting on a table over in the corner.
Oh, did someone bring that up?
Bring that up.
Yeah, it was on the it was in the basement. Inkfingers put it on one of the casks that was sitting down on the basement.
We're gonna put a pin in that until after this meeting.
I asked Demea how the kids are.
They're fine.
Did you get them to stop
Remembering that, I
coming
go
by?
wide-eyed and I look at her.
They were delicious.
So I'm like just at the bar. I feel like I would have found like an abandoned bottle of whiskey, and I'm just kind of like drinking that. Yeah, the kids definitely left them outside. So I don't know where they are, but I assume they're fine.
Well, hopefully, if they come back, it's not a big deal to get them to stop using the place.
We'll just lock the doors. It'll be fine. Set up
Do we
some.
want them to stop using the place? I mean, we have
I mean,
a space.
If we're going to turn it into a tavern, then I don't think we can have kids just running around.
I don't think I'm pretty sure there are children in this city that work in taverns. So
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they could work for us for free.
Yeah,
Maybe,
they could be cheap labor.
Hey, slave labor!
No.
I said
For us for free!
Alright, well, we can pay them, I guess, but
the most minimum wage.
just stay here, too. Since they apparently don't have anywhere else to live.
we could fund their education, give them a good life, all that stuff.
Yeah, well,
College fund.
start a 529 plan for them.
Yeah. And that's a tax write-off, so
I'm
yeah.
partial to kids who have nowhere to grow up, so I feel a little bit, not responsible per se, but just, I don't want to just throw them out on the street with nowhere to go.
I mean, they weren't living here, were they? They were just playing here, right?
I don't know. I assume they were living here.
Yeah, it was their pirate ship.
Well, then we don't even have to house them. Then they can just come in and work for us. Or just hang out. So,
Yeah, we'll figure it out when and if they come back.
yeah.
There is
I
a
have
knock
something to tell the kids.
at the tavern's front door.
We are expecting people.
Oh yeah.
I answer the door.
There is another knock at the door. Tennyson, you open the door to find Renair Neverember. Again, tall, handsome, shoulder-length red hair. Walks in, followed by a beautiful, pretty halfling woman. Curly hair pulled back in a tight bun. Large spectacles adorning her nose. Oh, yes, Tennyson, good to see you. Oh, and it looks like most of you are here. Fantastic. How does the day find you all? Renair says to the group.
It's a fine day.
Bit chilly.
Doing
Give him
well.
a thumbs up.
There was we did have to kick a giant toad out of the first floor yesterday, or the third floor yesterday.
By kick out, he means murder.
Well, yes, I do.
When you mention the toad, the halfling woman, there's a slight shudder down her spine, which Renair notices from the corner of his eye and mentions, yes, missing fingers mentioned the vermin you all
started to bring that up.
Fumigated yesterday. But she also had time to tell me about the rest of the property, and it seems it will require some capital, but it seems salvageable.
I mean, it's got good bones. I think there's opportunity.
Yes. So have you all given any thought to what you may, whether you did want to reopen it as some form of business?
Well, we did talk with some of the other residents of Troll Skull Alley, and we found out that there's not really a good tavern here, and this has kind of historically been a tavern, so that would make sense to reopen it as such. It's already got some of the layout for that.
Well, splendid. Of course, as I said, if you all were reopening it, I would be more than happy to come on as an investor if the capital were needed. There are certainly some specific things we may need to have done as he kind of glances around the room. But Missing Fingers has a list drawn up of the immediate repairs that need done, and then from there, by the time those are complete, I'm sure we can have an idea of the additional improvements we would like to have made for them to start. And what of the upstairs? I've heard it's quite expansive.
Well, we were thinking about turning into just a place for some of us to live. We might be able to have some of the other places for rooms there. It is, as you said, quite expansive.
Yeah, we're going to Airbnb it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, of course, it would make sense that if you all were to continue working and adventuring together, to have a kind of place that folks could come to find you and hire you if they so chose.
That would make lots of sense to stay here.
Is that one of your intents?
Yeah, right?
That had been our intention, yes.
I merely ask because I happen to be close personal friends with the leader of the Force Grey and the Grey Hands, the Blackstaff, Vajra. I could absolutely let her know that you all would be interested in taking on some work for her.
What did I say yes to? I think I was still on reopening a tavern.
He's talking about working as adventurers.
Oh, I was less sure of that. I did not mean to give such an enthusiastic yes to that.
Wasn't there like a thing where we didn't want to work for the Grey Hands? Or I can't remember.
I mean, that was the whole registering as a divine or a arcane magic user. I think that was some of it.
Oh.
Which is separate.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I am much less, he mentions that, I am much less enthusiastic. Kind of look towards the others in the group.
I'm pretty accustomed to taking on odd jobs in that regard, specifically the type that resulted in the recovery of you, so I wouldn't be opposed, but as far as joining yet another faction, as it were, I think that would be a conversation that need to be had.
Well, of course, and that's the conversation I'm referring to. I can set that meeting up for you if you would like. and not just with the Gray Hands, but I happen to know several members of
different colored hands,
different organizations. If you all were looking for any freelance work, just to either line your pockets or to assist with the cost of renovations. After looking over the numbers, Cordonia has let me know that it will cost roughly, what did I say, 1,800 gold to bring the place back up to code.
Was it 1,000?
What?
Wasn't it 1,000 before?
1,000 gold to bring the place back up to code.
That cost just keeps going up.
And then, of course, on top of that, there will be any additional renovations and any memberships in guilds, like the Tavern Keepers Guild and etc. And Cordonia speaks up and says that all in all, it will cost about 1,800 gold to reopen it as a tavern. So between all the renovations needed for up and downstairs, will just to get it back to livable is 1,000 gold. And then it's going to be so much in initial guild fees. After that, the guild fees are just a much lower flat monthly tithe. But there are initial startup costs and whatnot. Registration, blah, 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 blah. Getting your initial stock to open. After that will be included just in the monthly upkeep costs. But all in all, it's going to cost 1,800 to get the place open. Plus whatever additional, of course, minus any discounts you guys can get, plus any additional renovations you want to make up front. Yeah. So this is the time, if there are any organizations in or any avenues for making money or whatnot that you all are wanting to explore, this is your opportunity to have an in if you would like to take it.
Well, I was looking to make contact with an organization I believe is called the Lord's Alliance. I'm not overly familiar with it, but do know that their interests and my interests seem to align in some ways.
Yes, Waterdeep itself is a member of the Lord's Alliance. I do know one of their representatives that might be looking for someone to take some work on. Gillester Silvermane. I can certainly set up an introduction.
It'd be much appreciated.
Why do I know that name?
Because
he was the guy I talked to. Yeah, I do. It's the guy I talked to at the Yawning Portal.
So you already know him?
Yeah, he's actually the one who taught me about the Volo's job opportunity.
Oh yeah, Gillester. He likes to hang out in the Yawning Portal and kind of keep an eye out on potential talent, you might say.
Well, I might make a trip in that direction.
Did anybody else have any interest in any other organizations or factions? LSR, seeing and hearing what you can do, Renair probably asks if you would want an introduction to anyone at the Emerald Enclave.
I'm not actually.
Fucking.
Is that in Sword Coast Guide?
Yes.
The fact that, okay. I would. No, I don't need an introduction to the Emerald Enclave. I might take a maybe the Lord's Alliance. I mean, Gillester seems like he's a good man.
Okay. And Renair also makes mention to you all that if anyone had any interest, he is a member of the Harpers and could make an introduction if anyone was interested.
Would I have heard of the Harpers before?
You probably would have heard of them. Definitely. How much you know about them is probably up for question. And what your opinion of them is might be up for question.
Yeah, it says they were founded more than a millennium ago, so it's a lot.
They've been around for a minute.
Maybe even 2.
Well, of course, if at any point any of you all would like any further introductions around the city, I am more than happy to continue repaying the debt of my life to you. And in regards to actually paying, he looks over to Inkfinger, who hands him a small piece of paper. Cordonia tells me that I can put forth 500 gold toward costs.
Oh, cool.
It's not quite enough to get this place on its feet. I can put in an interest stake of 140.
I believe the same for me. Yeah.
Us showing that level of interest, should you be willing to round out to the full 1,000 needed to get this thing completely up to code?
Unfortunately, I am not. Due to the estrangement with my father, I am not. No, don't get me wrong. I am well off, but my fortune nowadays lies more in tradition and connections than cash. Unfortunately, this is the extent I am able to offer at the moment.
Well, and that much is very much appreciated.
Again, I am more than willing to make introductions, if nothing else, for you all to get some more work to pay for renovations and upkeep. Yeah.
Billy, out of curiosity, as far as like paying for these things, are we giving them to one person and then they're paying individual thing? Are we hiring a general contractor?
Renair tells you that Inkfingers will handle all of those arrangements. That is something that he can contribute, is the use of his kind of on retainer scribe.
Cool. I toss her the 140 gold.
Yeah, 140 gold to Inkfingers.
Okay, she takes the pouches, walks over to a table, kind of dusts it off.
I'm broke.
Dumps it out and starts counting.
I had money. Now it's all gone.
It's okay. We literally found it.
Oh, right. Nope.
There's a riot outside.
There was much rejoicing. Yeah. So we're up to 820? 920? Hold on. Math is hard.
So 500 plus 500 plus what? 6.
All right, we have 780 in so far.
Okay.
So we need 220 to finish the bones. And 1,020 to make it a tavern.
So keeping in mind, in addition to the gold costs, in terms of just making money, a couple of the local artisans have possibly offered their assistance in other ways to save on those repairs.
You're talking about sex work?
So we weren't doing that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I said local artisans. It's not our build. Artisan. can we also like offer to assist the artisans, like to reduce the cost during downtime?
I mean, didn't Sienna say I have it written down. I can manage my browser windows at all.
What to say? I can't really like do. I'm not proficient in anything, but I can help move things around.
Say we would get a 25% discount on. I guess that's blacksmithing stuff. So I don't know if that would really apply to the work for renovating the place. But
I mean, you would need to make nails and things, right?
Yeah.
To keep everything together.
Yeah.
Where is ye old Home Depot?
And what kind of depends on what kind of roof we have, because if it's made of metal, which would be kind of strange for the, I don't know.
I think it'd probably be clay tile in this era.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depends on what you guys want to do. So Ink Fingers tells you, okay, now knowing that you'll turning into a tavern and using the upstairs as just kind of like a home space, she will draft up some options for you guys in regards to improvements on top of just reopening with current floor plan. But if she lets you know if you all have any ideas for what you would like to do in any particular rooms or just in general, to let her know.
I mean, I don't know how deep we want to get into this right now. Up to you guys.
If you guys have something prepared, we can get into it right now. I don't know if you guys have anything prepared.
Just a general idea, pretty much. I mean, I don't know any specifics right now. I don't think we've discussed it in detail.
Okay. That is fine. So, Renair says, I do have another appointment later today that I do need to meet. Is there anything else you all wish to discuss today?
I don't think I had anything.
What was that guy's name? Gillester Silvermane?
Yes. Cordonia kind of gives a little cough and kind of elbows Renair in the side, and Renair speaks. Oh, yes, of course. For my investment, I would ask for 5% of profits.
5%?
I think that should be manageable, especially considering how much you are putting into this.
Yeah, it sounds agreeable to me.
Perfect. Ink Fingers produces a document and asks all of you to sign.
Where's Siendathas?
Yeah, right. You're going to have to sign this again. We haven't signed it.
And my pen.
When you all make light of that joke, her also knowing about the incident with the Magister and the deed the other day, she does let you know that if you all were to register with Blackstaff Tower as an adventuring group, one of the benefits that comes with that is that any one of you could then sign the name of your group, and it would be ironclad for all listed members.
You can't just do that.
Do what?
We need to. I just say it would be very convenient if we just did that.
Yeah, but we'd need him here, right? I assume.
At some point, he would need to go sign the paperwork. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Start.
Okay, so with that, Renair and Cordonia bid you adieu. So it's just shortly after midday, and I think that's a good time for us to go ahead and take our first break.